It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. It's time for NFL rapid fire picks. We're going to go down the line and hopefully give you guys some winners, and if not, hopefully some good information to base your bets on. We've got a promo code. The code is DOG if you want 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Again, that code is DOG, D-O-G. We've got Craig Trapp joining us for this week's slate. Craig, we're starting with Eagles at Browns. The Browns are favored -3.5. The total is 47. Believe it or not, the Eagles are leading the NFC least with a 3-5-1 record, 3-6 against the number. Who do you like in this one?
Well, neither one of these teams have been very good against the number. 3-6 for both of them, actually. And if you look at the Browns, I mean, a lot of people probably a little gun shy after, of course, the run out at the 1 yard line with less than a minute to go that would have covered for everybody out there for the Browns backers. But I'm coming back with the Browns again this week just because I think the Browns defense is a big problem. Their pass rush is pretty good, and the Eagles have struggled to protect Wentz. Wentz has just been subpar, I would say, for this year. And his lack of weapons for anybody else to really give him any help, I just like the Cleveland Browns here -3.5. I think Baker just avoids the turnovers, which is the key for Cleveland this week.
Yeah, I like the Browns here. I think this is a good spot for them. The return of Nick Chubb for the Browns has been a big boost for their offense. Maybe not for bettors, as you mentioned, that terrible, terrible beat that people are cursing his name. But if they can run the ball well here, I think that they have a good day. And especially if Myles Garrett is healthy. I know as of taping, he was feeling sick. He might be on the COVID list. But if they do have Myles Garrett, I think that should be a huge matchup to watch. Garrett versus this terrible Eagles offensive line that is still nursing some injuries. And also you've got Carson Wentz, who leads the league in interceptions with 12 interceptions on the season. But my rule, I don't bet on the NFC East, so I'm not taking a pick on this one. Lions-Panthers. Panthers -3, total of 49. The Panthers are 3-7, 5-5 against the number. They've lost 5 games in a row. And then you've got the Lions, who are, well, the Lions. They're 4-5 straight up and against the spread. Craig, who do you like?
Well, the big problem for Carolina's been at home, surprisingly. They're 1-4, both straight up and against the spread at home. And, last week Tampa Bay got right in a big way. That game was not close for basically after about the first quarter. So I like the Lions here. I think the Lions are live underdogs to win outright. So I'm going to take the Lions with the 3 points. I think at worst we get a push here. But I think the Lions can go in and get the win. And don't look now, they would be 500 in what looked like maybe a no chance division for them. Now they're definitely live for the wild card, and maybe, who knows, Green Bay loses. They're not favored this week. Maybe the Lions are right there, them and Minnesota getting hot at the right time.
Yes, there's some injuries to monitor in this one, especially Matt Stafford nursing a finger injury that, despite performing really well last game, I guess he had a hurt thumb, but he did not practice on Wednesday. We'll have to monitor that one. But if both quarterbacks play, Teddy Bridgewater also coming off a bit of an injury, a little banged up, I do like the over. In 9 games for the Lions, the total has gone under 49, the number this is at, only once this season against the Falcons. And then you've got the Panthers, who are ranked 20th in most defensive metrics. And then you've got the Lions, who rank 29th in scoring defense. I think this is a good day for the offenses to get back on track. I like the over. Next up, we've got the Titans and the Ravens. Ravens -6.5. The total is 49. Both these teams are 6-3, but kind of hitting a bit of a skid lately, not looking very good in primetime games. Craig, who do you like?
Well, Baltimore especially. I mean, Tennessee wasn't good on Thursday. But Baltimore, you could just say maybe the weather. I guess you have some excuse. Obviously, there wasn't a whole lot of visibility in that Baltimore-New England game. But I like Baltimore in a bounce-back spot. Plus, the Titans have not been good on the road. 2-1 straight up, but 0-3 against the spread. And a couple of those wins were actually against some of the worst teams in the league. And let's also remember they've lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. So, I mean, I think if you take the Baltimore Ravens here, I think they win and win in a big way. As long as this number stays below 7, definitely going to be one of my better bets for Week 11.
You know what? I looked at this game in every angle and tried to find something that I really like, and And I really don't love anything in this one. As I mentioned, my Titans are coming off a terrible game where their special teams was
Yeah.
absolutely terrible, responsible for a 20-point swing against the Colts in that loss. And they haven't really changed anything with that special team. So I think until something changes with that, it's really hard to trust the Titans here, especially against a Ravens team that is feeling hungry after they got embarrassed in the playoffs last season by Derrick Henry running all over them. I think I'm going to hold my nose and take an under in this one, under 49, just because both these teams like to control the clock and run the ball. As I mentioned, Derrick Henry for the Titans, and then Lamar Jackson is the leading rusher for the Ravens. So I think both these teams are going to try to run the ball, run down the clock, and I think it's going to be a bit of an ugly game. And I'm taking the under. Next up, we've got the Packers and the Colts. The Colts are -2. The total is 51. Craig, who do you like?
I still can't understand how the Colts are favored. Yes, they looked impressive, but like you just said, they were against a team that basically gave them 2 touchdowns on the Titans on Thursday night. So I don't think Green Bay is going to do that. And I think Green Bay is ready and motivated, extra motivated for this game. I think Green Bay goes in there and wins outright. So give me the +1.5 here. I also think the over is a pretty good bet. I just think this Packers defense have struggled a little bit lately. So I'm going to take my better play, definitely going to be on the Packers plus the 1.5, but I'm going to sprinkle a little on that over action as well.
Yeah, I love the Packers in this spot. I think you get a little bit more value since they kind of struggled to cover the number and take care of the Jaguars. And then you had the Colts with an impressive win on paper, but the Titans handed them that game. So I don't think they're quite as impressive as some of their stats show. I think Aaron Rodgers is super motivated in this one, especially getting points. I love the Packers here, and they should be getting a little bit healthier. Devontae Adams is always nursing some kind of injury, but he's expected to play. They get Jair Alexander back on the secondary. So, yeah, the Colts are probably statistically better, but I like the explosive play potential for the Packers. So I'm taking Green Bay. And then finally, we've got the Sunday night game, Chiefs Raiders in a revenge spot. Chiefs are 8-1 with the one loss coming to the Raiders, and they're favored. The Chiefs are -7, total of 56.5. Craig, who do you like?
This one kind of scares me because, yes, like you said, you got the revenge spot. The Chiefs they're just in a different league than the Raiders. But this is on these primetime games this year. It's definitely kind of the opposite of what you expect has been happening. So to me, I think you're going to see a lot of points. I think the Raiders' running game will be able to move the ball, will be able to score. In the first game, their passing game was also great. I think the Chiefs will put up points as well. So give me the over. I know it's a ton of points, 56.5, but I'm going to take the over 56.5 and stay away from the side that definitely think the Chiefs would be my play here, but definitely a little worrisome because, these primetime games have just been underdog central lately.
Yeah, I saw a stat earlier today that totals of 57.5 were actually 7-1 with 7 games to the over. So sometimes they can't make these numbers high enough for some of these offenses. However, I'm going to go with the Chiefs here, laying 7 points, just because the revenge factor. Chiefs offense, I don't think is going to be slowed down by this Raiders defense that has not been good. I don't think lightning strikes twice for the Raiders. I think Andy Reid cooks something up and hopefully doesn't fog up his mask too much. I like the Chiefs here. And that's going to do it for our rapid fire picks here on Picks and Parlays. As always, thanks for tuning in and best of luck to everyone this weekend.